Mm-hmm. All right. What's up, everybody? Welcome, my friends, my family, my fellow gamers. Give me a few seconds. I'm gonna do a couple of things to set myself up. Like pop out the chat, set this up. There we go. There we go. How's the stream looking? Is it looking good? Is it looking choppy? You know what I'm saying? Does it sound right? It's been a while since I did a live stream showing my face. Normally, you would just see the PR77 symbol. But I think with this occasion, communication needs to go more than just the verbal. You need to see my face. You need to see the hand moving. You know, we Puerto Ricans, we love talking with our hands. You know, shout out to Romney Rush, dollar super chat. Welcome aboard. Appreciate it. Thank you for supporting the channel. First, I want to start off. I hit 5K, over 5,000 subscribers. You know what I'm saying? Truly appreciate it. Thank you so much for rocking out with the channel. I appreciate that. I'm truly blessed that my channel grew. You know, nowhere did I think my channel will grow to 5,000 or even 1,000. I'm gonna shout out two people. My brother-in-law. He's pretty much my brother, my baby brother. Pocket Council. We first started this journey together with him when he tried to create all access gaming entertainment, because he was a podcast and he invited me to be one of the panel members and represent, you know, the Sony side and the console side. El Matador, Phil needs to go now. Petition needed. $2 super chat. Appreciate it. So we started with him and a group of other friends, but then things got different. I mean, not things got different. It just didn't work out. We did about 5 episodes. He moved on to more of the mobile side, and everybody else went on to do their own thing. I still have my channel, but I wasn't doing much with it. And then about maybe a year later, Z had his Xbox versus Pony podcast, and I saw like maybe a couple of episodes, and it was clear that it was one-sided. And Z's like, well, you come on and do something. So I go on the Xbox versus Pony podcast, and I pretty much buried the competition. And at that point is where I thank Z, because he saw something in terms of how I provide entertainment on YouTube. And he kept pushing me. To be honest, I wasn't going to do much either. And Z like hitting me up in the DMs. He's like, yo, what's your Facebook? Hit me up on Facebook. And he just kept pushing and pushing and pushing. He's like, do your own shit, do your own shit, do your own shit. He's like, bro, he just did it. And I said, fuck it. Let me do my own shit along with rocking out with him. So it was those two people that helped put me on the path to where I am now. And along the way, you guys, more than anything else, helped me grow. You know, you supported the channel, you rock out with me. You know what I'm saying? You guys got my back. We're all one big happy family. I mean, we roll deep together. You know what I'm saying? And it's awesome. Oh, Jason had said Phil Blockhand strong as fuck. Yo, that shit is crazy. No, let me touch on that real quick. I'm gonna touch on that, but before and let me go back to you guys. I'm truly blessed that you guys rock out with me, because like I don't take this lightly. You know, think about it. Right now, I started a live stream, and you guys are taking your time out of the day to listen to what I have to say live. You guys could be doing anything else in the world, but you're rocking out with me. You know, and that right there is phenomenal. Is awesome. I'm truly humbled. You know, that I got guys passionate about my channel, that they appreciate the thoughts I have. And it's just truly humble. You guys are absolutely awesome. It's amazing how people worldwide is supporting this channel. And I truly respect you guys. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I try to do right by you guys. You know what I'm saying? That's why you don't see me do any weird shit with, like, not saying that Patreon is wrong or anything like that, but I'm not going to do anything unless I'm fully committed. You know what I'm saying? You know, anything I do is going to be a full commitment. If I can't fully commit it, then I won't stop it. You know, I won't disrespect it. I won't pull an EA and do microtransactions. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to sell you a game that has to get patched later. You know, I gotta be upfront with you guys, and I will keep it real with you guys, because at the end of the day, what I care about most is you guys coming on, rocking out, talking about your opinions, communicating within the chat, and having a good time. So I truly appreciate that. Big Cloud Gaming $2 super chat. What up, fool? Congrats on 5K, fam. Thank you so much. I see you fast approaching your 5K. Man, you grew quick. You blowing up. Yo, Big Cloud Gaming. If you guys don't know, man, check out his channel. Great content, great dude. You know, along with King Thrash and the crew. And his channel's going super fast too, you know. So everybody out there, thank you so much. Now back to the comment with Phil Spencer's block game. So apparently he unfollowed Chris Steele, right? And I get Phil Spencer, just like any person on social media, they can follow and unfollow who they please, right? And Chris Steele was not disrespectful in any sense. He didn't say anything weird. He didn't curse Phil Spencer out. He didn't say any derogatory terms. He just came out with his, from an Xbox perspective, his fan, being a fan, he just simply said he was disappointed in the conference, right? And I guess Phil didn't like that comment, all right? While Phil has the right to do that, he could follow and unfollow whoever he wants. I don't think Phil understood what he did, right? And what I mean by that is he follows a lot of Xbox fans, a lot of diehard Xbox fans, right? By Phil Spencer unfollowing Chris Steele, he pretty much put people on notice when you think about it. Maybe he did it on purpose. Maybe he doesn't realize it. But whether it was planned or inadvertent, he put Xbox fans on notice. He put them that if you say something I don't like, not disrespectful, because obviously the disrespect is obvious. If you say something disrespectful, derogatory, toxic, then yeah, he's going to pull away from that. But if you say some type of criticism, whether it's a respectful criticism, and he sees it, he's going to unfollow you. And what that does now is you got Xbox fans who are followed by Phil. They're going to be reluctant on being critical on Xbox because they don't want to be unfollowed by Phil. They want to make sure they stay followed, they stay connected. You know what I'm saying? So their connection with Phil will override their passion for gaming. You guys understand that? So you're going to have a lot of Xbox fans that Phil follows, and they're never going to say anything. If they do say something, they're probably going to say something under a sock account, which has low subscribers, or people don't even know it's them, or they're not even going to say anything online. It'll just be private conversations. But pretty much, Phil, whether he did it purposely or not, he put these fans on notice. Say something crazy, and I'm unfollowing you. And there's going to be Xbox fans that want to say something for the sake of their brand that they like, but they're not now because they don't want to get unfollowed. And that's kind of messed up. That's pretty crazy right there. You know what I'm saying? The true gamers at this point, the truest of the true Xbox fans are the ones that can be like, they don't give a damn if Phil follows them or not. They're going to say what they're going to say no matter what, and nothing's going to stop them from saying it. Those are going to be the truest of the true. But the rest, they're going to keep shut. They're going to have reservations on what they're going to say and don't say for whatever reason, you know? And that's just sad, you know? I thought that was sad. I thought that sent a message, and it's a bad message. You know, it's one thing for Xbox podcasts or certain podcasts, they put themselves in a vacuum. It's a whole other when you're the face of the brand and your fans are just trying to communicate with you, you know? Stuart Stokes, Phil Thanos, Chris. I hope they remember you. That's messed up, man. You dudes, man, you guys are ruthless. Oh, you guys are ruthless. So, how many people we got in the chat? How many people showed up? We got, let me see this real quick. Wow, almost 200, 199 watching, right? Hit the like button, please. Make sure you tweet it out, spread the word. And we're gonna dissect this information. Now, when I move away camera, I just have like a little notes here, so I apologize, okay? So I'm just gonna be up front and say it. The conference was trash, okay? But at the same time, it wasn't. Let me preset this. If you notice the title, I put yada, yada, yada by a PlayStation fan. The reason why I added that, because when I'm going to try to talk about, if anybody else does it, especially a Microsoft-centric, Xbox-centric personality, you guys will call it damage control. And most of you know I'm not a Microsoft fanboy by any measure. You guys should know that right now. If this was Microsoft and this was PlayStation and this is me, I'm all the way on the PlayStation side. So everybody knows that. All right. I'm going to talk from the perspective of us, the hardcore, the ones that want these devices to compete and that each device be the best, period. All right. It's trash. All right. Majority of the games were multiplats. A lot of games we knew about. The biggest games that people wanted to see, like Gears 5, didn't show gameplay or the campaign. They wasted their time showing indies. When Microsoft does a monthly Inside Xbox, then what's the point of Inside Xbox if you're going to put indies at E3? Sony last night were popping bottles and laughing. El Matador. I think Sony was like, to hit your point, I think Sony was like, try to tell you, bro, don't go to E3. Don't go to E3. You ain't got nothing. We ain't got nothing. You ain't got nothing. Just bow out. There's a reason why we ain't go. I think that's the thing. I think Sony was smart enough to realize we're not gonna get clowned for this E3. Not gonna happen. But back to what I was saying. Indies, Inside Xbox, right? Every month. Then why are you showing indies? They talk about xCloud, but doesn't show anything about xCloud. Then why even bring it up? A lot of the games, to include some of the Microsoft first party, like Minecraft Dungeons, it's coming to PlayStation day and date. The Xbox Scarlet reveal, they didn't even go into detail of the two schools that are rumored. At least tell us that. The only thing they told us was pretty much, what would be a good term? A regurgitation of what Mark Cerny did in an interview. Sony did the same exact thing, but they didn't make us wait 2 hours. It was a tweet that linked to an article and Sony talked to this magazine, and everything that pretty much most of the things that Microsoft talked about Xbox Scarlet, Cerny already did. It was really a copy paste of Cerny's interview. In fact, Cerny, Mark Cerny was a bit more detailed than Microsoft because he actually gave an example with Spider-Man. Talked about how Spider-Man loads in 18 seconds on the PS4 Pro, but 0.8 seconds on, the PS5 Dev Kit. So actually, we got more from an interview without having to wait 2 hours than compared to what Microsoft did. These are the list of games that are coming to PS4 that were shown at the stage. Outer Worlds, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, Cyberpunk, Star Wars Lego, Dragon Ball Z, Dying Light 2, Crossfire X, Minecraft Dungeons, Tales of Arise, Psychonauts 2, Borderlands 2 and 3 DLC, Elden Ring. All those games are on PlayStation. So we pretty much, PlayStation fans also got a lot of info from an Xbox E3 conference. Stuart Stokes blame the Xbox. They claim Xbox One last year, showing Halo, Gears, Forza, and multiplayer. So they did the same shit this year. Rumor of xCloud on Switch tomorrow. So overall, from an Xbox hardcore, from the hardcore perspective, how we look at our consoles, it's trash. But now here's the perspective I want to tell you guys. So let's dial it down a little bit. When we say the word Xbox, we're at a point where two groups of people have a totally definition of what Xbox is. We gamers, when we hear Xbox, we're still thinking about the console. So when we say, man, I hope Microsoft has a great E3, I hope it puts Xbox on the map, we are talking about the console. The problem is when Phil and Microsoft says, hey, we're going to put on a great E3 and it's going to be the best for Xbox, he's not talking about the console. He's just talking about the brand and how great the brand will be overall for gaming. So for example, Minecraft, right? It's on PlayStation 4. Sony announced it through their Twitter. It's on PlayStation 4, right? In his eyes, that makes Xbox great. If the game sells 10 million copies on PlayStation, and I'm just making up numbers, if Minecraft Dungeons sells 10 million copies on PlayStation 4 and 6 million copies on Xbox One, that is great for Xbox. We will look at it as, God damn, Xbox is getting thrashed. Like, how does Minecraft sell better on PlayStation than Xbox when it's a first-party title? We'll see it as, man, what the hell? Xbox is getting thrashed. Phil will see it, man, Xbox is doing great. And that's where we're colliding. Phil, in his eyes, he gave a great show. The gamers who do not care about which console is better saw a great show because it was just games. Games you could play on PC, games you could play on Xbox, games you could play on PlayStation, eventually games you could play on mobile tablet with xCloud. It was just games. So those gamers enjoyed Microsoft because it was just games. It wasn't about the Xbox console. It was just what games can be played and where I can play it. That's how Phil sees it also. Phil sees it as, oh, we're going to put these games everywhere. That's great for Xbox. At the E3 presentation, PC has Game Pass exclusives. There are games specifically for PC on their Game Pass. We see that as a shot on Xbox, like a slap in the face to Xbox. But Phil sees that as great for Xbox. Because us, we see the console as Xbox still. Phil doesn't see the console as Xbox. He sees the brand and what the brand does for gaming and what will ultimately do for Microsoft. And that is the disconnect between us. None of us can no longer associate Xbox with a console. So when we say, hey, Phil, or the next E3, man, it's going to be a great show for Xbox, we can no longer think it's going to be a great show for the console. Because that's not Phil's doing anymore. Phil's not making a show that's specifically great for the console. He's beyond that, And because he's not doing that, he's not, either he doesn't understand or he doesn't care about the audience that actually sees E3, all right? Majority of the people watching E3 are the hardcore, right? Even if you just look at the majority of Xbox fans, they're there because of the Xbox console. Sure, there's a group of Xbox dudes that are rising within the fan base that are all about put games everywhere, xCloud, yada yada yada. They don't care. They're no longer tied to the console. They embraced Phil's vision, but there's still a whole bunch of Xbox centric gamers that are Xbox because of the console. And you guys are being left out. You guys are not the Xbox fans Phil wants. Phil wants the fans that just want a game on everything, where they see Xbox as everywhere. Phil wants the fans that if an Xbox game goes to PlayStation 5, they won't be bothered by that. In fact, they'll see it as good. Like, oh, cool. You know, Xbox game, Gears of War 5 is on PlayStation or PlayStation 4. Cool, I could play with my cousin. Hopefully there's crossplay. Phil wants those fans. The fans that want Xbox One and the next Xbox to be the number one brand to try to get up in there and knock Sony out. The fans that want Microsoft to say, hey, we make better first-party games than Sony. Hey, we're making Game of the Year caliber games that will be what Sony got. He doesn't want those fans no more. You guys, you either have to adapt to what Phil wants now, which is you just like games and don't worry about who plays them. In fact, celebrate the fact that Microsoft's putting them everywhere. Even if it takes away from the console, don't worry about it because it's not about the console. It's just about games everywhere. Or you can't rock with him no more. He's already drawing the line in the sand. You see things his way and his vision of Xbox, or you get unfollowed. So the fans that want Xbox consoles to still be number one, you're not going to enjoy E3 no more because he's not designing E3 for that purpose. Again, when Phil tells you this E3 is going to be amazing for Xbox, he's not talking about the console. He's talking about the brand and how that brand spreads all across devices everywhere, right? Everyone just going to have to accept that. Microsoft wants to put their games everywhere, and to them, Xbox success is when everything else is successful, you know? Phil sees PlayStation 4 selling 100 million, 120 million, 140 million. He sees that as success because a lot of the games Sony publishes, the first parties that develop PlayStation games, they use Microsoft services. They use Simplygon. They use PlayFab. They use Havoc. So PlayStation 4 success is Xbox success in his eyes. Because Xbox provides services and stuff that Sony needs to make their games great. PlayStation 4 selling 150 million, that is Xbox success. Because that means Minecraft Dungeons is available on a platform that sold 150 million units. That is Xbox success. And people, we have to realize that now. Xbox success is all about supporting everybody else in industries. You know, and in his eyes, he doesn't see it as it takes away from those who play on Xbox, you know? And that's sad because from an Xbox perspective, right? Let me flip it around. Let's say we live in Bizarre World. Let's say we live in a multiverse and we're on a different Earth. And Sony does this, right? Sony's the one that's spreading their thing and all that stuff, right? They're the ones that PlayStation's a brand and they're putting games on Steam, putting games on Xbox console. So all these games on PlayStation are going everywhere else, right? But as a PlayStation owner, nothing's coming back to you. You know what I mean? Like, I don't see Steam exclusives coming on PlayStation. I don't see Xbox exclusives coming on PlayStation. You know, PlayStation's pushing all their shit out, but nothing's being reciprocated. And that's what the hardcore Xbox fans are seeing. Gears is going on Steam. You know, Matt Booty kind of hinted that almost like they would put Halo Infinite on PlayStation. So let's say Halo goes on PlayStation. So now, as an Xbox fan that probably plays on Xbox, they're probably wondering, So when are we gonna get Spider-Man? Is this like a deal? You get Halo, we get Spider-Man. You get Gears, we get The Last of Us. Oh, we put Cuphead on Nintendo Switch. Are they gonna hook us up with Mario, Zelda? Like, what are you guys do? Oh, Steam got this, cool. Are these Steam games gonna, is everybody reciprocating the love? And it's not happening. You don't see Steam talking about trying to put games on Xbox. You don't see Nintendo talking about putting games on Xbox. You don't see PlayStation, Sony talking about putting games on Xbox. Microsoft's talking about putting everything on everything, but nobody else is talking about put their shit towards Xbox. So at that point, you have this Xbox. Everybody could play your games, but if you stick with this console, you can't play everybody else's games. So then why own this then? If you got another platform, you're still going to get the Xbox games. So what's the point of the hardware? And Phil lost that concept. And the thing about E3 didn't help. If anything, E3, once again, and I keep saying this, Microsoft is doing a better job selling PC. Because again, the show had PC exclusives on Game Pass. That's insane. Xbox has no Game Pass exclusives. All the games on Xbox console Game Pass is on PC, but not all the games on PC is on Xbox console. The show could have been condensed to an hour instead of 2 hours. Remove the indies because you have an inside Xbox. No point. And same thing with Sony. Sony has state of play, right? There should be no indies at E3 anymore. What's the point of these sub shows that you do consistently? The Ruhan, my man, what's good, P-Rock? The professor, just show my support. Bang, bang. Thank you, Ruhan. Appreciate it, brother. Thank you for rocking out. What's the point of inside Xbox? That's where you get the indies. Big screw up right there. Gears. What the fuck? Excuse my language. Some of you may have kids. Apologize. No campaign at all. They showed this new mode, and they didn't even really show the mode. They showed a cinematic trailer of the mode. Now, I could understand. Now, I'm not trying to be a hypocrite here. I could understand if this was a new IP that's coming out 2-3 years, and you show a reveal trailer. Got it. Makes sense. It's a reveal trailer, like Spider-Man, reveal trailer. Man, oh, snap, can't wait to see more of it. But Gears of War comes out in September. The game should be almost done. What should have happened, they show a campaign being played live. Minimum co-op. I'll be honest, I don't even know if they went back to 4-player co-op because I know that was a big thing a lot of people asked for. Why did Gears go back to 2-player co-op when 3 had 4? I was hoping to see if maybe they went back to 4-player co-op, but I don't think they did. Something tells me I don't think they did. I think it's still 2-player co-op. But at least do the 2-player co-op live on stage. Now, I talked to Xbox fans. Their reply, some says, well, they're going to show the campaign throughout the week in E3. And I'm thinking, wait a minute. So they're going to show the campaign later on throughout the week AP. Then what's the goddamn point of the E3 presentation itself for? That is why everybody's watching. Not everybody. The majority of people who watch the E3 conference, as the week goes by, let's say this is everybody, right? That was at the Microsoft E3 press conference. As the week goes by, less and less people are going to watch it. The same amount of people are not going to stick around and try to look for channels that shows gameplay of E3. That's what the E3 stage is for. You're right. You're already there. You're there. We're all here. Just show it. Big Cloud Gaming. You're getting the Gears Funko Pop. Laugh out with them lying eyes. Oscar Gonzalez, $20 super chat. Thank you so much. Thank you both, Big Cloud Gaming. We're all there watching. Everybody's watching. And especially with Sony not at E3, even more people will probably watching through streams or whatever. You have everybody's attention. Play the goddamn game. It's 3 months away. Show that other shit throughout the week, the evasion mode and all that other bullshit. That made no sense. What was it? Star Wars Lego, right? They showed that, right? Or am I dreaming? They showed Star Wars Lego. Or am I bugging out? They did, didn't they? They put Star Wars Lego at E3, right? Or am I crazy? Now, listen, Star Wars Lego sells. Lots of kids play it. Lots of parents love buying those games for their kids. There's no doubt about that. I'm not doubting how popular the Lego games are with Star Wars and, Avengers. Little kids love that stuff, and parents love buying that for Christmas and all that stuff. But they're not watching E3. The parents that buy these Lego games and the kids that play them are not there. They're not watching your press conference. The best place to advertise that is through social media and through Facebook, because that's where they're at. That's where they're watching it, through little commercials and stuff like that. Not through E3. That didn't belong there. Telling me you took time to put Lego Star Wars at E3, but you don't want to take the time to, once again, campaign Gears? That's how you should have closed out the show, in my opinion. In my opinion, Halo should have been how you start out the show. Always start out with show, because you weren't going to show gameplay, obviously, but you kick off the show with Halo. In fact, I remember past E3s, that's how it was done. So you kick off the show with Halo, show the trailer, get people excited. Amazing, whatever, right? And then you do your thing in the middle, remove all the nonsense, no indies, because that's what your Inside Xbox is for, right? Try to get more games with gameplay, play them live on stage. Gene Stormwind, $5 super chat. Thank you so much. It was amazing that said her are the pros who are going to play Gears 5, and then they cut to more trailers and then they came back to the gameplay. That's right. And they did nothing. Thank you for the super chat. Cut out the BS. We don't need to see indies. Not that saying they're bad, but they got Inside Xbox now. You could every month you could show these indies, idea Xbox games through Inside Xbox every month, and that's cool. That's the perfect place to put that. So cut that big part out. Microsoft xCloud, if you weren't going to show anything, then don't mention it, because there's really no point, especially when you have a competitor like Sony that already demonstrated it, because it's live now. People can sign up for PS Now for the last 3 years, 4 years, or whatever. You repeated the whole Scorpio presentation. Did you guys notice that? The 2-minute Scarlet presentation? Not even original. It's literally the same formula that they did when they presented the Scorpio. Kind of old. Especially when Sony already did it. You know what I'm saying? You plagiarized what Mark Cerny said, pretty much. The only thing is, you threw it in a 2-hour event when Sony just straight to the point. Hey, we're doing a PlayStation 5, Navi, Ryzen, SSD, Spider-Man, 18 seconds to 0.0 to 0.8 seconds. Boom, have a nice day. They stole your thunder. So that kind of detracted stuff. And then even then, here's the crazy part. You're trying to sell people the Xbox Scarlet, but everything before the Xbox Scarlet presentation, nothing there says stick with Xbox hardware. Most of it was multi-plats that you could play on other platforms. PC got exclusives. So you did nothing to say Xbox console. Did nothing, right? And then boom, oh look, Project Scarlet. And a lot of people are like, for what? Why? Why stay? Okay. Here's the thing for many of you Xbox, or really for all gamers, to include PlayStation. Next gen is a make or break it pivotal decision for all of us. Because I think for the majority of us, the console we choose to rock with as our primary platform is going to pretty much dictate, unless they do weird stuff, barring any weird stuff, whatever. For the most part, the console is going to continue to rock in the future. All right. And I'll give you an example why. And I'm not saying majority or everybody, but I'm going to say a decent amount of people will do this because this is going to be the first gen where we truly migrate everything we did on the PlayStation 4, everything Xbox did, Xbox fans who primarily play on Xbox, everything that they did on the Xbox, everything will migrate over to the next generation consoles. We're taking everything. Everything's coming with us like never before. Everything. All the games, all the indies, all the save files, everything. Every bit is going to come to the PlayStation. I have a feeling that PlayStation 4 save files will work on PlayStation 5. Everything. So that way you don't have to start the game all over. Everything is coming with us. Boozoo Ram. Xbox is dropping the ball. We get it, but you can't expect content to drop in a year, in a couple of months. It takes time. They just got those studios last year. Well, I agree it takes time, Boozoo. But understand, when you say Xbox, are you saying Xbox console? Your view? Or using Phil's view as Xbox support everything? That's the whole point of what I said in the beginning. Think about it. When you said Xbox is dropping the ball, are you saying Xbox console is dropping the ball? Because in Phil's eyes, he didn't drop the ball. Everything there was a great show because it's everything that's going to be on everything. And that's the perspective. You have to look at it. Again, we can't go back to how we feel Xbox is. It's over. Our view of Xbox does not count no more. And if you keep pushing that narrative, Phil's just going to unfollow you. Nah, Phil says Xbox is a brand. It's something that a lot of people can take advantage of and play on different platforms. That's why Xbox is now. Xbox is not that console. That console is one of the devices for Xbox. That's the best way I can explain it. So that your Xbox One X, for you Xbox fans right now, look at your Xbox One X. That's not Xbox. It's a device that's part of Xbox. That's how you have to look at your Xbox One X, your Xbox One S. If you plan to purchase Project Scarlet, you're purchasing a device that's part of Xbox. Does that make sense? You're not buying Xbox. You're buying a device that's in the brand of Xbox. And that's how Phil sees it. Localism 1025. Think about this. Death Stranding had more gameplay than Microsoft whole conference. That's true, because the gameplay was like, 10 minutes? They had it on Twitch? Excellent point. But does everybody understand what I'm saying? You have to stop looking at your Xbox console as, oh, that's Xbox. No, it's not. It's a device that falls under Xbox. It's benefiting from Xbox. Just like PC is benefiting from Xbox. Just like how Nintendo is benefiting from Xbox. Just like how Sony getting Microsoft Dungeons is benefiting from Xbox. And until gamers accept that, not saying accept that, maybe that's a bad word. Understand that. That's a better word. Until gamers understand that, Xbox is always going to look like a failure in your eyes because Phil is not meeting our expectation of what we remember Xbox to be. Jason Elliott, $5 super chat. 260 people in here looking at P-Rock's furniture like they're trying to buy a home. Hit the like button. Oh, snap. Well, my room is empty because, all right, everybody's talking shit, all right? I'm in Germany, stationed in Germany. This is a military apartment. My actual home is in North Carolina, the home that I bought. I'm just here temporarily, so I didn't bring most of my furniture and stuff like that because me and my wife, we weren't going to do one big move. There's no reason to, because after this, I'm going back to North Carolina. So my actual home is in North Carolina, all right? Y'all trying to make me look like this dude, Dr. Dre and shit, or Dr. Trey. All right, stop it. Nah, I appreciate Jason, and thank you so much um for the super chat, brother. All right. Um, but do you understand? And that's what I'm hoping. That's a point of view I'm hoping I could push out there for people out there, that we're gonna have to understand and develop the mindset that Phil converted Xbox from what was a dedicated hardware device to now a brand where many devices can take advantage of. Like, let me put this simply. I'm gonna put this as simple as I can. I wrote this on Twitter, right? And this is Matt Booty, right? He was in an interview. So, good question. Somebody put, I'm still confused. Is Scarlett the console or the project? Microsoft did a terrible job with that too. Because if you were to just look at E3 face value, not pay attention to YouTubers, insider leaks, you just don't know anything. And you saw E3, and this was your first piece of information. Basically, Scarlett is a console. If that's the only information you got, Scarlett is a console. But everybody else who has insider information or whatever, they're saying Scarlett is a project. Lockhart and what's the other one? Lockhart and Bumblebee. What's the other? Somebody knows. Chat, help me out here. Lockhart and what's the other thing? The other code name. Lockhart and I can't think. I just remember Lockhart. But there's one more code name. Help me out here, chat. I'm looking stupid. Anaconda. There, no shit. How can I forget that? I said Bumblebee. What the fuck was I thinking? Anaconda, right? So Anaconda's the high-end, beefy console. Lockhart is the low-end console, but people are not, some people think it's just a streaming-only device. So that's the insiders. But if you look at the press conference, people are laughing now, Bumblebee. I don't know why I said that. It's just Project Bumblebee. But anyway, I don't know why that came out. I just had a hard time remembering Anaconda. You would think I would have known it by now, right? The way Microsoft presented Project Scarlett, just at face value from the conference, they're just talking about one console. They even did a crap job. What they should have done is Project Scarlett with code name Anaconda, code name Lockhart. All right, now people know it's two consoles, but they didn't even do that right. So even that was confusing, right? Another point, and I'll say this because Phil Spencer said it will be the most powerful console Microsoft ever created. Vice, what was said when Scorpio came out, the most powerful console in the world. So why did Phil Spencer say the most powerful console ever created? Simple. It's not because Sony's console is more powerful. I'm not trying to push that agenda. It's because without Phil knowing the specs of the PlayStation 5, he cannot officially make that statement because then he would look dumb. He cannot come out on stage without Sony officially unveiling their PlayStation 5. He can't come out and say we have the world's most powerful console. Remember, when he said that in 2017 E3, Sony already had the PlayStation Pro out in the market. It was already being sold because the console launched in October 2016. So everybody knew the specs. So when E3 2017 came out, Phil knew the specs of the PlayStation 4 Pro, so he can say the world's most powerful console because it's a fact. Xbox One X versus PlayStation 4 Pro, the stats are there. Phil doesn't know what PlayStation 5 is. So no one can say, not even Sony. Let's say if Sony did a reveal later on this year, they cannot say they're creating the world's most powerful console because they don't know the official stats of Anaconda until that comes out. So until both consoles are out on the market, we will never know. Bujuran. All you dudes that are championing a piece of plastic, just remember, Microsoft had to step in just to make sure Sony will survive in the future. I have no idea what that means. No idea what that means. Are you talking about Azure? All right. Let's help you out. It's not championing a console. We're not doing that. If you haven't followed my channel long, right? We want Xbox to be great through games. We want PlayStation to be great through games. We want Nintendo to be great through games. You understand? When these three companies battle each other on the merit of games, right? Oh no, we're the better console because we make the better games. No, we're the better console because we make the better games. No. We're the better console because we make the better games. When these three are in a battle royale trying to one up each other through games, ultimately the gamers win. Because we just stand back. Sure, on Twitter we talk trash, social media we talk trash, but in reality, when we go to the store and buy these games with our own money, which has nothing to do with social media, because we're not there interfering with who buys games. We're just simply talking trash online. When we're actually in the stores, seeing the results of this battle royale of companies trying to beat each other through games, we win because we have access to some of the best games these companies are making, as long as we're willing to buy the platforms. I have an Xbox here. I bought an Xbox because I want to buy Xbox and play Xbox games, the ones I do like, the ones I find attractive. I don't have a Switch, but I will get a Switch, right? Most likely for Bayonetta, because Metro Prime 4 won't come out for a while. That was my number one game I really wanted. But last year or earlier this year, Nintendo said, because the game, I think it was Team Ninja or whoever had it, it was terrible. So Nintendo just scrapped the project from the start, gave it to Retro, so they're starting from fresh. So that game probably won't come out for like another 3 years or so. But it is what it is. Bayonetta 3 is a good substitute to get a Switch. Again, I'll get the platform, and as long as these companies are battling to make the best games, we win. You can't lose. Sure, you can fanboy for Xbox, but if you got a PlayStation and Switch, you're still going to play the games, even though you're fanboying for Xbox. You're not losing. If you fanboy for PlayStation, sure, you're going to fanboy, talk trash online on behalf of PlayStation, but if you got an Xbox or Switch, you're not losing because you got access to the games. You just can't lose. In the end, gamers win when companies battle at the level of gaming. That's all it really is. As far as Microsoft had to step in to make sure Sony will survive in the future, I'm going to leave that alone because there's plenty of facts out there that you can read upon. For example, PSN by itself made more money than the entire Xbox division. So I think PlayStation is going to be fine. Carlos Crespin, $2 super chat. Oh, snap. The chat zoomed in real quick. Oh, showing love and support for this dog shit channel. Appreciate it. Yeah, you do the ruthless, So anyway, back to on point. Get used to the idea that Phil. Oh yeah, this is what I was talking about. So Twitter, where am I at? This is Matt Booty. One thing for Matt Booty, Matt Booty, right? He's talking about games. I think it was Eurogamer. Eurogamer says, so you're saying if there's enough Halo fans who owns a PlayStation, and this was in context of conversation that Matt Booty told Eurogamer that if the fans are there on different devices, Microsoft will look to put the games based on the fan base. So it's about where the gamers are at, So if there's a huge Gears of War fan base on this platform, they're going to look to put it. So then Eurogamer put out that question. So you're saying if there's enough Halo fans who owns a PlayStation, meaning if there's a huge Halo community or Halo fans that want to, or if there's within the PlayStation fan base, tons of gamers fiending for Halo, would they put Halo on PlayStation? This is Matt Booty's reply. Well, I can't speak for Sony, but I can point. Well, I can't speak for Sony, but I can point to the work we've done on Minecraft. We kept it at pace, so Minecraft on Xbox and PlayStation neither lags behind the other. Our relationship with Sony as it relates to Minecraft is very healthy. It's fantastic. Nintendo is quite literally just across the street from us in Redmond. and Minecraft has done great on Switch. So while he didn't want to touch on Halo, he brought up Minecraft, and he brought up the point that Minecraft and Nintendo, they're all day and date because there's a huge community of Minecraft on PlayStation and Nintendo Switch. They're doing great. So hell yeah, they're putting Minecraft on PlayStation. They want to put games everywhere, you know, and we're gonna have to accept that idea, right? Does the make trash talking suck? That's just trash talking. That's just social media trash talk. But the reality is, when you look at your brand, if you're an Xbox fan, you have to look at the Xbox brand for what it is now. All right. It's Microsoft is not going to be about that dedicated, when they talk about, oh man, we're doing these things that's going to make Xbox great. When you hear Phil Spencer or see Phil Spencer tweet about, man, this is going to be a great future for Xbox. Oh, we got something coming up and it's going to put Xbox on a great light. Anytime you see those tweets, comments, interviews, he's not talking about your console. He's talking about the overall concept of Xbox. And that's just what we have to accept, right? As far as E3, I really wish Sony was there. I'm gonna be honest. I made a video a while ago when Sony first announced they're dropping out E3. I always see E3 as the Super Bowl for us gamers. It is a place where we all merge, combine, meet up in one place. Everybody's doing podcasts. Everybody's in a chat. Everybody's just having these crazy discussions. Everybody's just talking gaming because it's a hobby and it's all collided in a 1 week period every June. And I wish Sony was there. And I hope they come back. I'm not gonna lie, I was never the one a proponent of, oh, Sony doesn't need to go there. If some people made the point from a business strategy, fine, people are using facts and data, nothing wrong with that. But me personally, being a gamer and looking at E3 as our all-star weekend, like basketball players, NBA fans, NBA does an all-star weekend, or if you're a football fan, American football, they have, the Pro Bowl, and it's really fan service. All the players get together. Players that normally compete against each other all year long are just get together, celebrating the sport, doing things for the fans. That's what I see E3 is. And I hope Sony comes back to E3, right? But I can see the real reason Sony left. And I know Sean Layden tried to talk about, is it a trade show? We could do things other ways. I think the real reason is they were Sony's an entertainment company too. So they know entertainment. They do movies, they do TV shows, they do music. They know entertainment, And generally they could have an idea of what's going to be entertaining and what's not. And I think they knew that because they're focusing on PlayStation 5, there's not much left to talk about for PlayStation 4 at a big stage. Everything that they can do for PlayStation 4, they don't need to be at E3. And you saw that. They announced Final Fantasy VII being released in March. Just the other day, Death Stranding, a 10-minute thing, right, on Twitch or whatever, releasing in November. In a couple of weeks, they could mention something about The Last of Us. A couple of weeks after that, they could mention something about Ghost of Tsushima. They could give us an update on Lost Soul Aside. They don't need to be at E3. Just all throughout the week, all throughout the year, state of play, they could do all that. So instead of trying to take all this information, consolidate it, put at E3 to where people are just going to critique it like, damn, Sony, you had us here for 2 hours for stuff that you could have just done this. Where's the new stuff? Where's the PlayStation 5? Where's the new PlayStation 5 games? Where's the new AAA IPs? You haven't announced a new AAA IP in a while. Well, Sony's not going to announce a new AAA IP because chances are the new AAA IPs is for the PlayStation 5. And they were not going to unveil the PlayStation 5 at this year's E3. Therefore, no PlayStation 5, no new AAA IPs. Got the new AAA IPs belong to PlayStation 5. So Sony was smart enough to not be at E3 because I think they saw the reaction we have with Microsoft. We would just be repeating it at the end of the E3 press conference. I mean, think about it. Before E3 began, before Microsoft launched their E3, what was the narrative we're seeing? 14-0, Sony ducked E3. Even Michael Patcher got some when he was talking to Geoff Keighley, right? He's like, how does a company just not show up? And Geoff Keighley's trying to explain, well, maybe, they're waiting for stuff. Oh, you're just going to take a year off? Can you take a year off from your job? I mean, Michael Patcher was going in on PlayStation. I'm not saying he's wrong for doing it, but before Microsoft E3, that was the pulse. Everybody was going at Sony. No conference, 14-0, no games. Sony sucks. They abandoned their gamers. They disrespected their gamers. Everything. From the moment Sony announced they're not at PlayStation E3, it was just negativity for go through. And I'm not saying it was wrong, maybe rightfully so, but that's boom, 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 boom. Right? You like that, right? Boom, 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 boom. Nothing but negativity. Post Microsoft E3, who's making fun of Sony for not having an E3 now? Very little. Very little. In fact, most of us are like, yeah, now we get it. We understand now. No one's going to knock Sony for not being at E3 after what we saw with Microsoft E3. SS9 says, Xbox is dead. You bots stop damage controlling. Man, you guys hitting the jugular. You know what I'm saying? I'll be honest, I feel bad. I honestly feel bad because, some good friends aren't Xbox fans. I rock out with Z. My man's hurting. Post up. You know what I'm saying? Tim Dog. Tim Dog, man, me and Tim Dog, we talk privately in the DMs. He's a good dude. Good family man. Sure, he could be very aggressive on Twitter. But there's a lot of dudes that are Xbox fans. My cousin, he's not on social media, at all. He doesn't partake in this, but he loves Xbox. He's just a normal casual Xbox fan. Doesn't say it's better than PlayStation. He's not into that. He just loves playing on Xbox. He's hurting. So I feel bad. I feel bad for a lot of Xbox gamers right now. It's just I feel bad. I feel, man, they're hurting. Hold up, I need a drink. That it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? For now, this is what we can do. And this is the best advice I could give to everybody. And I think I tried to start this, but then I got interrupted. The decision for next gen on what console you're going to get for the hardcore gamers is crucial. Because like I said, everything moves forward, right? And once you decide on your console, on your preferred console, it's going to be hard to change your mind because you're going to have so much money invested in that ecosystem, Like if you decide to be like, you know what? I'm going to stick with Xbox. I'm going to get the Xbox Scarlet and you move and migrate over. At that point, your Xbox doing through at that point because you're going to put too much money. You're going to have way too much invested to change. Same thing for the PlayStation 4 guys. If you decide to go with PlayStation 5, everything that you invested will be migrated over to PlayStation 5. And then as you invest in PlayStation 5, that amount of money is just going to grow and grow and grow. All that money and time you invested, because think about it, they're just creating everything that's an investment. The content, the patches, your PSN ID, it's just a slew of stuff that you're just investing. And then if you go overboard with like PlayStation VR and stuff, you're just putting so much money into that. It's going to be hard for you to leave the PlayStation ecosystem. So this next gen, it's a very pivotal choice, As gamers, you're going to have to decide what type of gaming environment you're going to want, all right? And you're going to have to make your choice on that. You're going to have to stop relying on hope and just accept the reality of what these companies are trying to do. You understand? One of my things is I'm going to get PC as my secondary console over the next gen Xbox because I'm still going to get all the Microsoft games, right? But in the event Sony does some crazy stuff, with PS Now, or they get rid of their consoles, whatever. PC is my lifeline for native gaming. So PC is my backup. If Sony keeps doing what they're doing, where PlayStation is the dedicated console, that's the priority. PS Now just gets old titles, whatever. Sure, it's on phones, tablets, but Sony knows that the heart of the PlayStation brand is the console, then I'm gonna rock with it, right? If they start doing things where it looks like they really don't want the console and they want people to move into PS Now, then boom, I'm at PC. Already started PC, boom, I can migrate over, But that's just me. But overall, I'm truthful about the press conference of Microsoft. It wasn't good from the perspective of hardcore fans that wants to see the console be put on the spotlight. For those who are just gamers and just don't care about any of that stuff, many of you saw the console as good. That is the group Phil Spencer wants, right? As for me, how I want these consoles to compete against each other, I saw the conference as trash. I personally don't like it, but I understand the vision Microsoft is going, and it's just time to accept it. No longer can we all say that Microsoft's failing at making Xbox console the priority. We already know what Phil Spencer vision is, right? That's just how it is, right? So with that, I'm going to end this live stream. I truly appreciate everybody rocking out with me. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe. Once again, thank you so much for helping me reach 5,000 subscribers. It's been fantastic. No, I'm not live streaming the Square Enix because I think it's at 9 p.m. and that's 3 a.m. over here. I was really hoping they showed it earlier because I really wanted to see about the Avengers, but I'm gonna just have to wait till tomorrow to do it. But again, I truly enjoy and appreciate you guys rocking out with me. We had over 200 guys up in here. I hope you learned a thing. I hope I was able to present that information going forward. But at the end of the day, you guys are my friends. You guys are my family. You guys are my fellow gamers. And of course, I'm your only friend in these YouTube streets. This is your boy, Puertorock77. And I'm out. I'm about to hit up some more Days Gone. I'm trying to get through it. I'm trying, but I'm going to get through it. And you guys have a great day. All right. Enjoy the rest of your week. Enjoy this weekend. Enjoy the summer. Peace out. Thank you for rocking out. Oops.